honestly, like, you guys did help out a lot because I didn't know Tiffin would, like, contact me, and, like, when I seen the phone call, I was like, "Well, who's this number?"
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scrambles here. I wanted to take a second to just say hey, and that I had the opportunity to speak with one of our recruits who just signed a deal for a full ride scholarship. Um, I felt like I needed to share this because the original message that he sent to us to say, hey, this is my experience, this is what happened, just hit a lot of key points that I feel are important in the process, not only for the recruits, but for the parents as well. And then he just had some really good insights about the whole recruiting process in whole. And it just seemed like a really valuable tool and an information resource that needed to be shared. So Michael was gracious enough to take the time to sit down and speak with me for a little bit and just kind of go over a few things. And I wanted to share that with you guys. And I hope you enjoy, and I hope you get some good info out of it.
I'm Michael Frazier, small town. I'm from a small town in Ohio. Um, I started playing games when I was like 7, I think. It started with like um, some mummy game. It was some really really old PlayStation game. I didn't get into computer gaming until I was maybe 12. I don't know. So, and I just been playing ever since. I have to keep a balance between like sports because I played football, I ran track, and then I also did firefighting, and I'm an Eagle Scout. So I worked on all kinds of stuff outside of esports. I got into esports really big last year when I got into PUBG and played like IEM Cataways. Then I went and just played for different teams for about a year, and now I just started playing CS:GO, uploading videos and sending them to coaches and having them evaluate them. And yeah, that's how I got recruited, I guess.
Nice. So, when you started playing PC and stuff, you started playing CS:GO, and that was the game that you got noticed for. Is that the game you're going to be playing in college?
I've actually I got noticed for PUBG first with Shriner University. They're pretty big. I think they're in the Premier League for the collegiate leagues of PUBG. It's called I think it's called CBA, the Collegiate Battlegrounds Association, and it's just a bunch of teams that have like 6 people on it, and they just go and play for fun. And like, I think the prize is like DreamHack tickets, and then you get a DreamHack, meet all your like favorite pros, and it's really cool. But yeah.
Gotcha. So PUBG got you on the radar. That translated over to CS:GO or Fortnite, or
It actually translated to CS:GO. I ended up playing with a couple of friends. Um, they were unexpected friends, I guess you could say, because I was solo queuing, and we just started up, just kept on queuing and queuing. Unfortunately, one of them were a Faceit admin, so we couldn't play Faceit together, and we couldn't play ESEA. So we played matchmaking, and we won like 31 in a row. And I showed it to a coach. He's like, "Are you like legit?" Like, because he didn't believe it. And I was like, "Yeah, it's 100%." And like, I started streaming, and coaches would come in and evaluate my streams. And then yeah, so it was just really cool. We got to like LEM, and then we actually ended up getting put into really low trust factor because how many times we've been reported. It was just like really weird. So
yeah. So I think that's a really important angle that you kind of outlined there. Just getting out there, putting yourself out there, being, I want to say social, just networking, building relationships with the coaches, right? Because it's not like the old analogy about like a garage band, just, they're just playing in their garage and some AR guy walks by and hears them and signs them to a record. Like, that's not real. That's not how it happens. That's not how it works, right? So you're not just playing at home. You're not just kind of grinding solo queue by yourself. I mean, in a way you are, but during that time, you're reaching out, you're making connections with coaches, you're making connections with admins of different leagues, and you're building those relationships, and all that gets your name out there, and that all helps, right?
Yeah, I actually networked with some professional organizations and professional players. One of my favorite players, I've played against him so many times. He used to play for FlyQuest. He plays PUBG. His name is something, and he plays for Adapt, and he's in the NA Pro League. So he's a really cool guy. He gave me all kinds of tips how to get into like the pro scene more, and I played for a pro team called Fatal Ambition for a little bit. Of course, I wasn't paid. I just wanted it for like resume stuff, and it really helps. You just have to like get your name out there. That's how you get noticed.
Yeah, and that there again, that's just more layers to that onion, just getting out there, playing as much as you can in as many different tournaments as you can with different teams. The big announcement that came out a few days ago was that you signed with Tiffin University, right?
Yeah. Well, I had the phone call. The contract's coming in Monday, and I'm really excited for it. There's I've had all kinds of stuff happen recently, personally, and the coach called me one day and he goes, "Hey, I seen your information on Recruit Rivals. Are you interested in Tiffin University?" Tiffin is like one of the biggest esports universities there are. I think it was one of the first ones ever made in the United States. Like one of the programs, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm all for it." So we've been talking on and off, and eventually he goes, "Can I call you tonight and offer you a scholarship?" And I'm like, it was just like shocking. I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And then he called me and told me what my scholarship amount was. He just a couple interview questions. All coaches are going to ask you interview questions. So.
Yeah. So again, there's another thing in your experience that people should be aware of. It's not just about playing the games, right? There's also the things where you got to be kind of personable. We talked about the networking thing, but you got to have some of those skills available as well, because the coaches are going to want to talk to you, and they're going to want to know that you have a good head on your shoulders, right?
Yeah. They the coaches a lot of the times they don't want to see matchmaking stuff. They want to see ESEA, Face It. They want to see your background of playing in actual tournaments. They don't want to see yeah, I'm a gold nova and I want to play for a team. They if they see that, they're probably just gonna I'm not gonna say they laugh at you, but it's just kind of that's not important. You have to have some solid esports background if you want to go and play for a college team.
So let's talk about mom and dad. How do they feel about the opportunity? Because, I mean, what Tiffin has offered you is going to cover school, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right. How does mom and dad feel about that?
Basically, he didn't believe it was useful. He thought video games, I was wasting my time. And then I started getting into esports, and he's seen progress, and as soon as I got my Twitch affiliate, he's like, that's a job now, so you gotta start doing it. He was pushing me harder and harder.
So Twitch kicks in, and that starts to turn there, and now the scholarship comes through. Has that come full circle? Is he on board?
Yeah, oh, for sure. As soon as I told him the amount, he was like, "No way!" He's like, "That's crazy." And he goes, "You better go there." And I'm like, "Oh, I am." So
it feels good, right?
Yeah, because it's so much doubt through a certain amount of time, and then once you start seeing progress and starting seeing actual figures, it seeing, because the following personally does not matter to me. I love the support I get from everybody, but I can have 5 viewers and I can have 100. I'm still gonna be happy no matter what. So I'm just happy where I am.
Yeah. So. But I mean, I'm just even on the level of validity where it went from a point of contention, like with your parents, and now to it's a point of pride, I would assume, and I would hope, you know what I mean? Like he can go out there and tell his
Oh, it
buddies,
is.
like if you were going to go play football for Ohio State, he'd kind of puff his chest out about that, right?
Yeah, funny story about football. So I also played football, and like he was really big, like because I'm actually getting recruited for other things like football, but I'm not obviously gonna do that now. It's 100% esports all the way. So like, um, I think that since I was so good at football and people realized I was good at football, and when they started seeing me like posting things about, hey, I'm playing this tournament, come watch, they're like, what are you doing? Like, that that's not going to help you in the long run. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, there's all kinds of stuff out there. You never know what could happen. And eventually, I got my college paid for.
Nice.
So,
So what are you going to study at Tiffin?
Homeland Security. And I'm gonna hopefully have a minor in sports. They offer a minor esports
I'm
program.
sorry. I thought you were going to say hopefully the government will be back up and running by then.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
never know.
but I think they got that deal worked out. So,
Yeah, true.
um, so what would you say to just anyone out there watching you right now, and they see Michael, they see he's got a ride, they know that he's going to get an education and he's going to set up his future forever. You know what I mean? This is a point in your life where you have the potential now to make the choices to never have to worry about like the little things in life. You can secure a 4-year degree with this, you can get a good job in Homeland Security, and you can be set up. So let's say there's a 12 or a 13-year-old out there right now and they're watching you. What do you want to tell them?
Honestly, when I was 12 and 13, I was watching like videos of esports, and I'm like, one day, I want to do that. Well, of course, that or football, but definitely just you have to keep at it. You can't be like playing a game. Like, I'm not going to say you can't play for fun, but there's a point where you have to take it seriously, because there's a difference between playing for fun and actually like trying to go somewhere. Because if you're not trying to improve and play like every day, it's just going to be hard to stay on top of the line. But there's like a lot of times you're going to want to give up on esports, and it's just not worth it. I mean, toxic people, there's all kinds of other figures, people not believing in you. You just got to keep pushing through it. That's all it is. Like, you just got to keep that stuff to the side and keep on your goal, and hopefully that's getting a scholarship or playing for a professional team later on.
Nice. Is there anything else you'd want to say while you've got the mic?
I just like definitely want to thank some of the people that helped me get here, like Maverick EU. He plays for he played for Team Rise in the European Pro League for PUBG. That dude, craziest PUBG player I ever met. But definitely, for sure, everybody, if you're trying to get a scholarship, you have to network, and Recruit Rivals is definitely one of the ways to go, because I didn't really talk to the coaches. They just found me from like what I put on my profile on Recruit Rivals. They want to see your stats. They want to see like what you do, and they'll come to you. So Recruit Rivals really helped me out there.
Yeah. And we're happy to do it, number one. Number two, I just want to put the onus on you for all this, and I want you to remember that, because when you look back at this in 20 years, I want you to remember Recruit Rivals as a tool, but I want you to remember that you're the one that put in the work. You're the one that, put in the grind. You're the one that put in the networking, and you're the one that made it happen. So 20 years from now, when life is good, that's your fault. So remember that, and enjoy that, man. I mean, I'm super happy and I'm super proud, and I'm glad that you're a kid with a good head on his shoulders. In the original contact, the email that you or the DM you sent to Skylar, when I read that, I was like, this kid's doing it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? Of course, everyone has the dream. Everyone wants to go pro. Everyone wants to be the next big thing. But while you're chasing that, getting that education is what is important. That's what's going to secure you for the future. So I'm super happy, man. Super proud. And I really appreciate you taking 10 minutes to talk to me about it.
Yeah, no, thank you. Like, honestly, it's just like a dream come true to me. So I'm just happy like that you guys actually have that program. So it's great.
Yeah, yeah. I'm at the bar going hard with a couple shorties. But that's just the ordinary. This Jack Daniels must have